All right, welcome back for training with Magic and Coco. This is actually day 4 of training. I didn't video anything on day 3, and it rained again yesterday. We've had over 5 inches of rain in the last week here in Oklahoma, and which means that the round pin's not really usable today. I think we'll be able to use the arena a little bit here in a little bit. So this is the first time I've lunged her without the stick, but she's kind of figuring it out, and she's pretty, bothered by stuff here. And a horse like this, I mentioned it earlier, she's a little bit nervous. And so that's why I thought I'd bring both of them out here and work them over these poles, just to give them something else to think about. And I'm already figuring out the difference between these two horses, and it's the opposite of what you would expect. Okay? Come here, babe. Come here. You can do it. What you would expect if you just randomly picked 10 Mustangs and 10 quarter horses, 9 times out of 10, the quarter horse would be calmer than the Mustang. In this case, it's the opposite. The Mustang is calmer than the quarter horse, and it's not a big deal. So when you have a horse that's a little more bothered and high strung like this one, that means that she needs a lot more desensitizing. When you have one that's dull like Coco, she needs more sensitizing. So the program's the same, but it's not going to be, they're going to get different amounts of different things as we go through this. I did put this snaffle bit on Coco the other day, but I did not put it on this horse. So she's not had a bit in her mouth before. All right, so we'll just see how this goes. So she doesn't know what it is, so she's not really too concerned about it here yet. And what I typically will do here is I'll put it in their mouth probably 2 days. Okay, that's all right. Let her look at it. Take it away, just like anything else. I don't want to scare her with it. I'll put it in today, probably tomorrow. And then about the 3rd day, I'll start putting some very gentle pressure on it. All right. And sometimes if you put it right there, they'll just kind of nibble on it and go ahead and just put it on into their mouth on their own. Okay. So anything you can do to avoid a fight is always a good thing. Okay, let me see if I can get her to open her mouth there. All right. All right, so yeah, stuff just bothers her. She has to think things through a little bit. And that's a typical response. I need to shorten that up. It's a little too long. Come here, baby. When I first put it in, I want it to be several wrinkles on their corners of their mouth here, because they'll get, if you don't, they'll end up getting a habit of sticking their tongue over it. But if you get it up pretty tight the first couple of days and they don't develop that habit, then most of them will not. It won't happen later on. So if they get a habit of putting their tongue over it, it's almost always happens from the very beginning. So we want to prevent that at the very beginning. All right, let me see if I can get it back up here. There. Pretty good. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, she's nervous and kind of bothered by stuff, but she's doing everything fine. Let me pick up a flag here. I worked with her with the flag, I think once, and I don't believe it was on camera. I worked with her on the last session with this flag. And she handled it reasonably well. Wasn't perfect, of course. See if she's going to even pay attention to it at all. Okay. She can be a little pushy with her shoulder. She's not as bad as Coco. She can be that way. Okay. Let's see if she can just follow me. Me kind of shaking this flag a little bit. And today is her Monday. She had 2 days off. So she's just been standing around eating grass and watching the rain. That's not bad. You know, I expect some reaction, but as long as it's not an extreme overreaction. Then that's okay. That's not bad at all right there. Not bad at all. Okay. And again, I mentioned this mare is going to need a lot of desensitizing. She's got a date with plastic tarps and feed sacks and all kinds of things before I'm going to get on her. My prediction at this point is that I'll be riding Coco quite a bit sooner than I will this one, just because of this right here. Because I'm not going to get on her until she's okay with all this stuff. That's how people get in trouble, because they get on a horse and they say, well, I think I can get on her and I think she's not going to buck me off. You know, yeah, but is she okay? If she's not mentally okay, then at some point down the line, you're going to have a blow up. Okay, so I got to get her mentally okay with just pressure and life in general before we do anything else. Okay. All right, let me see if I can find a stopping place here. See if I can get her to relax just a little bit. That's not bad. There, head's dropping, head's dropping, head's dropping. Okay. She's kind of reacting to the dog, who is admittedly quite annoying. And occasionally I'll tie that dog up, but most of the time I let him annoy these horses because they need to get used to it. You know, dogs are just part of life in the US of A. So it's just something they need to get the hang of. Okay. All right. All right. I left the flag laying there. That's good. See, she's not bothered by that. In fact, I think this might be about the least spookiest horse I've ever seen in my life. She just doesn't hardly get bothered by hardly anything. Keep going this way. There. And this mare's a Mustang, but frankly, I'm going to ask her owner about this later. She acts to me like she was born in captivity. I'm not a Mustang expert, but I've trained enough of them to know that they have certain ways that they act, you know, kind of wild horse, kind of reactive things. And she didn't do any of those, not even a little. So I'm just thinking she might have been born, you know, that her mother was captured. See what I mean? She's real kind of dull. That she might have been born after her mother was captured and born in a pen. So, doesn't really make that much difference. Okay, here we go. So now I'm asking her to trot over these poles. Good. Change directions. That's actually pretty good. First day. For her, it's important that I keep her moving. She needs to really get it in her head. When I tell her to go, she better go. Change direction. Good, she's doing pretty well. She's responding to my cues pretty nicely. Okay, let's take her over here to the log. And I don't mention this earlier. This horse is actually owned by a teenage girl whom I have not met yet. Met the mother, but not the daughter. Who wants to, the girl wants to do hunter jumper on this horse. And these Mustangs will surprise you, okay? They may not look like they can do it, but I would not, I'm pretty confident she can do it.